feel so unprepared for today's show.
It's a good way to start a show.
We've had so many technical difficulties, and I feel unprepared.
I know.
But I think we're plodding along, aren't we?
Yeah. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Extreme Health Radio shines on.
Extreme Health Radio shines on. All right, thank you everybody for joining us on extremehealthradio.com. This is going to be episode number, I don't even have this in my notes. I think it's 86. 86, yeah. So you could find this show at extremehealthradio.com/86. And we'll put all the show notes and stuff into that page. And if you'd like to follow us on Facebook, feel free to do that. We'd love to have you join our community at extremehealthradio.com/Facebook. And just click the like button and watch your world change.
I still want to know what you mean by that. Actually, your world will change the more you get to know about health.
That's true. It will. It'll, depending on how much you let it, right? I mean, it'll. It's
not a false promise.
Yeah, I mean, our world changed.
Right.
We went from reading a book about food combining to
eating enzymes for breakfast
to not sending our children to school that we don't even have yet.
Our fake future children.
Yeah. No, it would be great if you wanted to join us. It would be a lot of fun, and our community is growing every day, and we post a few times a day on there, and it's fun to interact with everyone, and we'll get Kate on that as well.
Woohoo.
Get her on the Facebook site, and it should be fun. And we are broadcasting worldwide from Southern California, and we do 4 shows a week. Every day except for Tuesday.
Yeah.
So this is the Free for All Friday show where Kate and I just kind of break down the last week's guests and talk about different issues and answer listener questions to the best of our ability, and generally just try to have a good time.
I was going to say the same thing. Just have a good time.
Have a good time. Let's see, what else do we need to get to? Oh, if you want to email us, you can do so. You can email me, Justin, at extremehealthradio.com. Or you could email Kate at extremehealthradio.com. And you can also call our voicemail line, which is 949-391-7363. And I will play your message to our guest on the air. And what else do we need to get to? Oh, this show is brought to you by Amazon. So if you guys ever purchase from Amazon, it would be really great. A great way to support us is go through our link each and every time you make a purchase on there. And we'll get a little commission for your order. I think it's about 5% or something, but every little bit helps. So if you don't have any money to donate or don't really want to purchase any big products from our website, but you do buy from Amazon, that would be a great way to support our work, and we'd be appreciative of that. And also maybe tell your friends to support us that way as well. That'd be kind of fun. And you could do that at extremehealthradio.com/Amazon, and that will just redirect you to Amazon.com. And each time you do an order, and you don't even have to buy anything related to health, you can buy anything you want. So great way to support us. What else do we need to get to? We had a great week on the shows, didn't we? We had
a good week.
Robert, I think we started off with Robert Cassar. That was really cool.
Yeah, that guy's cool.
He's interesting, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
What did you like about him?
I'm trying to remember. I liked everything about him, but
yeah,
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's out there on the big island of Hawaii, and
he's just really easy to talk to, which I love. He feels like you're just average guy he could pal around with, but he knows a ton. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, he's really into like tissue regeneration and doing gua sha, and
we didn't even really touch on that.
No, we didn't touch on that. And
what is gua sha?
Gua sha is that thing that people use. It's like a little tool that you use to kind of hit your skin, and it does some sort of thing with the meridians, you know, the acupuncture thing in your body, and it helps to it does all this amazing stuff, and he's a big fan of it. He does like the skin brushing, and then he does gua sha, then he sits in the sauna and does all these crazy things.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then who else did we have? We had
Kombucha Mama.
Oh yeah,
she is awesome.
Yeah,
loved her. Hannah
Crum. She was cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't ask her. She's in Beverly Hills. What the heck man, she must have started a pretty thriving business.
Kombucha makes you rich?
I feel like she should be like driving around and Some Bentley or something.
Money doesn't grow on trees, but kombucha does. Not really. It doesn't, people.
No, that's...
but that's a good interview to listen to.
Yeah, that was really cool. We talked about the SCOBY and the bacteria, and all her theories about bacteria are pretty interesting too.
That was pretty interesting. I still can't wrap my mind around that. But
yeah, she was talking about some wild things with the bacteria and how they sort of like, you know how when you're doing the dishes, say, and someone is standing behind you and you feel it kind of, and you don't even know it. It's like that unspoken, that sense about you. Or if you walk up to someone and you just meet them and somehow you just look in their eyes and you connect with that person.
Yeah.
Or there's so much more to that person than you ever thought. I think it's that unspoken feeling that she was talking about. That's your bacteria in your gut somehow energetically interacting with the bacteria in her gut. Weird. Yeah, it's really weird. But it's, who knows? There's so much weird things in this world that we have no idea about. Why couldn't that be true too?
Wow. That's a theory I've never heard before.
Yeah, so maybe I think she was talking about like the sixth sense kind of thing, where you have this intuition, and so that is according to her theory is that it's the bacteria in two people's guts that are interacting with one another, and they don't even know it.
That's so weird.
Isn't that wild?
That's cool.
Yeah, well, they found, I kind of made a joke about how she, these theories are similar to that Terrence McKenna guy, and he was a wild guy, but, he was talking about mushroom spores in space and how they're here from another planet because they have found mushroom spores in space.
Just floating out in space?
Yeah, which is really crazy. And a lot of people make up the whole thing that mushrooms are really aliens, and it's crazy. But
I'm not laughing because that's just wild.
It's just stuff you never heard of. But I've never heard of that either. It wouldn't shock me. Who knows? It could be true, right?
I'll have the pepperoni and space mushroom pizza, please.
Oh man, yeah,
wouldn't that be funny?
She was cool. She was really cool. And if you're ever looking to grow kombucha, check out that interview because that's really cool. She has this really cool method called the continuous brew kombucha.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. I know you are too. It'd be cool to take a class with her. She's close to us, so that'd be kind of cool. Yeah,
she'd be about an hour or so away, and we could drive up there and hang out with her and learn how to make. I want to learn how to make the continuous brew kombucha.
Right.
That would be really cool.
Me too.
Yeah. Kombucha, and then I want to flavor it. I want to get into flavoring it really nicely.
Yeah, and making it bubbly.
I'd be happy with just strawberry for the rest of my life. Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That strawberry flavor is so good.
I can't get enough of that stuff we buy in the
oh my gosh
health food store. It's so tasty.
So good. And then who'd we have? Oh, we had Dana Martin last.
Yeah.
That was the Thursday show. Yeah, that was the unschooling that she does. And that was pretty interesting. Really, really interesting about the unschooling. And what do you think about unschooling? Pretty wild, huh?
Yeah. I'm still, I don't know, processing that, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I love the idea. I'm just learning more gradually.
Yeah.
Well, and then last night we got to watch her show.
Yeah, that's right.
What was that, ABC?
ABC, yeah.
Wife swap?
They couldn't have picked two people to contrast more, could they have?
Polar opposites.
Complete polar opposites, yeah.
Yeah, Dana's cool, though. After talking to her, I felt like I kind of knew her, got a glimpse of her everyday life. Like, she's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn on that journey. I'm excited about. Interesting
show. And let's see, let me take a look here. What else do we got here? Oh, yeah, this is 86. Did we say that? Episode 86? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I double-checked, too.
Did you? Okay. During the week, we watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I don't know if you guys have seen that documentary. Pretty good, though, huh?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, that guy from, what's his name? Mike?
No, Phil.
What's his name?
He's not Phil?
Yeah, we reached out to him to be on our show, and he wants to be on.
Phil was his truck driver friend.
Yeah, Phil was his truck driver. I forget what the guy's name is, but he's from Sydney.
Yeah. And
we want to get him on the show, talk about his experiences, and find out more about his whole journey.
Cool documentary.
Yeah, he was a guy from Australia, just a regular businessman, and I think he was doing stocks or something, and
high stress for sure.
High stress, and ended up putting on over 100 pounds, I think.
I think it was.
And just really, really sick, and he had some disease. I forget what the disease name was called, but had some disease. Yeah, it was pretty rare. And I think he had tried lots of different things and finally decided that he had to go on this juice fast. So he comes to America and lives off nothing but juice for 60 days.
Yeah. And gets off all his medication. It shows him tapering off that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. And then watching his transformation at the end of it, you're like, oh my gosh.
Isn't it just amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love his attitude too. And I just love being half Australian. It's just,
I know.
It makes me think of being in Australia,
It's your peeps.
Yeah.
It is.
It's my peeps.
It's your people.
That's my people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool documentary.
Yeah, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I'm typically not a big health documentary guy, just because I'm in the health world all day long. Right. I like to watch different things. But that was really good. I just thought that was really good.
I'd watch that again. I think the thing that I walked away with was just how sad it is in general to watch people not only deteriorate physically right in front of you, people he's interviewing, but they're admitting that they're okay with it. Like,
yeah, I know.
You have a 55-year-old guy who looks like he's 70, and he's like, oh, I'm going to go out this way. If I die happy. I eat what I want. And he's okay with that. It's one thing to think that people think that, but then when you hear him say it, it's really scary. Yeah. It's really sad.
It's sad. And, a lot of the people were on the show, they were like that. They were saying, I don't really care. I just want to be happy. I want to eat what I want. We only got one chance in life. And, this was a guy saying that he would be happy if he lived till he was 45. That was that one guy.
I know.
And man,
I know.
A lot of people think that. A lot of people think, oh, I don't really care if I live long. I just want to enjoy my time here. But man, when it comes down to them being 50 years old, let's say they're saying that when they're 30 and they're 50 and they look, feel, and act like they're 80.
Right.
And they're just diagnosed with some disease.
Right. Or stuck in a hospital bed or...
Yeah, stuck in a hospital bed or debilitated in some way.
Right.
They're not saying that anymore.
No.
They would do anything to reclaim their health. And I just feel like it's so sad. I just feel like it's people's addictions, That's the parasites inside their guts talking. That's their addiction talking. And they'd rather just be addicted and enjoy life and worry about the consequences later. I mean, that's just our whole culture, but it's just sad, isn't it?
It's really sad.
But one thing was cool was how he affected that guy, Phil. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
that's one guy who really wanted to see. I mean, you'd have to watch the documentary. I don't want to spoil it for everybody that hasn't seen it, but somebody who actually reached back out when he offered to help and took him up on it. It shows the difference in the mental state, and to see people's when they're committed, to see their their willingness and motivation, what that can do.
Right.
Yeah,
it's so cool because most people, like we talk about, don't even want to hear anything that we talk about. They're not interested, or we send them stuff and they don't.
They're like, oh, I never opened that email, or oh, thanks for later. And I know it's sad.
And we've been learning for many, many years that you can't do anything but let people know what you do, and if they're interested, then they'll contact you. But to me, it's really crazy that you could reach out to people and they just don't accept it. But it's really cool. It's really changes your mind and motivates you when someone actually takes action on things.
Yeah.
We had a friend of yours recently with her husband has cancer, right?
Well, we think,
some sort of pancreatic cancer. And I had the opportunity of speaking with her yesterday on the phone, and it was just so cool because we told her about the Keith Pendlebury interview that we did,
right?
About the selenium. And what happened? She went out and got...
Yeah, that very day, when we mentioned it to her, she went out, got online, called him. He called her back, which was super cool. They overnighted it. Like, she had it overnighted and got her husband on it the very next day.
Wow.
And that's the kind of person that is worth talking. I mean, everyone's worth talking to, but somebody who's just clamoring for as much information and hope. And when you talked to her yesterday, I feel like it's no waste of time to spend with people, however long you talked with her. It's like
Right.
you talk forever to somebody who's interested in just changing, and bettering and having a shot at life.
It was cool, huh?
That was cool.
Yeah, it was just really great. I told her all kinds of different things that I would do. I sent her a bunch of different websites if I had cancer, and
just got her started on a journey that a lot of people don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say 3 years ago, I wouldn't even know where to start with anything. And now
right.
It's insane just by listening to things, reading books, having conversations with people, how much a year or 2 years or even a couple months could do.
Right.
I mean, that guy in that Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead documentary, the truck driver that he becomes friends with, all it took is 30? Did he do 30 or 60 days of juice?
That Phil guy?
Yeah.
He did.
Well, he kept going.
He was originally going to do 10, and then he did 30. I think he did 60.
Did he go to 90? Maybe it was 60.
He may have gone to 90 too, yeah.
But it's like, my gosh, those are the types of people that clearly want to help themselves and help others and changes lives. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
it's really cool when people actually listen and want to take action, because I mean, you just don't see that. One out of every, it seems like 1,000 people hear something like groundbreaking and they actually take action on it, because they believe in it. And it was so cool talking with her, and I was just explaining to her about sugar and cancer, and she didn't know that, and how sugar feeds cancer, and some different websites and hemp oil to get, and things to listen to and websites to go to, and she was just writing everything down. It was great.
I love it.
Yeah, it was really cool. So hopefully that will be something to follow along, and hope that everything works out for the best for her.
Yeah,
is she gonna call? I told her. Does she call you? Will she call me, or?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if not, we'll follow up with her. But
yeah, because I told her to let her know, or let me know if she has any more questions. So,
cool.
I didn't want to overburden her.
Yeah, no, I know. It's a lot to take in.
When my mom had cancer, her and I went down to somewhere in San Diego. I remember we went to a holistic, what was it, a macrobiotic place.
Oh, yeah. I remember you said that. But what'd you do there? Well,
we just went there. I'm not even sure why my mom was into it. It's so weird. She started doing all this stuff before chemo and radiation, and we went down there, and the guy was telling us, I remember, about electromagnetic radiation, and how the copper, putting copper wiring in your house will help to get rid of this dirty electricity inside the walls of your house, which have been linked to cancers. And he was explaining all of these things, and I mean, I was like 15, I didn't know anything, and my mom was just reeling. I mean, can you imagine taking a couple people cold off the street and telling them all this stuff?
Right.
We're there for, I think, 3 hours, and he was spending all his time with us talking. But
yeah, that's kind of like space mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah, what the heck is that? It's crazy.
Yeah. Gut? What? Bacteria reacting to somebody else's?
Yeah, it's too much. So with your friend, I only gave her a little bit, just so that, she could take action on a handful of things. Hey,
a little bit sometimes is all it needs to go down the rabbit trail. Like in that movie, I mean, it took a green juice. The guy had a sip of it and it changed his life. And that was just juice.
Yeah,
he saw the power of just juicing. Like, imagine what more he could do, and probably has done since. But just that little morsel just to whet your appetite and really help you on down the road.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It's cool.
All right, we got to take a short break here. We're going to run this ad about our sauna, which is an amazing thing.
Oh,
we love our sauna.
I can't get enough.
I did it last night right before bed.
Oh, do you sleep like a baby, huh?
I did, but the only thing that you have to make sure you do is to spend enough time coming down from it.
Yes.
Because it heats you up, like internally, into your core.
You feel like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had to spend about 15 minutes or so after just laying with the air conditioning on. I wiped all the sweat off me, and I laid in here for about 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, you can't go to bed like that. You're too hot. You feel like you're going to burn up.
Yeah, you just sweat through all your sheets and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be no good. Okay, we'll be right back after this short break. So there's no real way to avoid toxins or chemicals in our daily life. It seems like we're exposed to them no matter what we do in our lives, from paint fumes to mercury fillings, coal-fired plants, perfumes, soaps, off-gassing of carpets in our houses, and genetically modified foods, and foods that are sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, the xenoestrogens in plastics and car exhaust, secondhand smoke, even your dry cleaning and laundry detergents, even your mattresses have chemicals inside them that outgas. So getting these toxins and chemicals and poisons out of your bloodstream and out of your fat cells is going to be really critical moving forward in our society, because it seems like every year there's more and more chemicals that keep becoming introduced with new products in the market. So I would consider getting one of these far infrared saunas. We've got a great sauna developed by Phil Wilson, and I've known about his work for many years, and I'm so proud to be offering his sauna on our website. And he's been in this business since 1975. And this sauna is really great because it slows the aging process. It helps with weight loss and burning calories. I think you can burn like 600 calories in 15 or 20 minutes, and it helps to cleanse the skin. It improves your sleep and helps to prevent illnesses like flus and colds, as well as energizing the body. And it's great for improving blood circulation and promoting cellular renewal, as well as increasing metabolism and inducing profuse sweating. And it's really great. And the great thing is too, is you don't produce any lactic acid. So you can sweat without producing any of this lactic acid that you would normally produce if you lifted weights or went for a big long run. So if you're interested in this, you can check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna. It's great because it sets up in about 2 to 5 minutes, and it's portable, and it's super easy to clean. It's got low electromagnetic field radiation coming off of it, and it produces energy and heat inside the sauna evenly. It's great machine. So if you're interested in sweating like this for only 15 minutes a day, it's great. It requires 0 preheating. It's got a 1-year warranty, and Phil Wilson is a great guy. We're so proud to be offering his saunas on our website. So if you're interested, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna, or you could check it out in our store, and it's $990 plus $25 shipping. And that's really a good deal because many of the saunas out there, you can check them out. They're in the thousands of dollars, $2,000 to $4,000. So this is great. You can buy it through PayPal. You don't even need a PayPal account. It's 100% secure. So consider doing this if you're interested in living a long, healthy, disease-free life. So check it out, extremehealthradio.com/sauna. All right, we're having a good time here on extremehealthradio.com/86. I wanted to say 85.
That's insane.
86 shows in the can.
I remember last summer in the can. Last summer, we were hiking in Tahoe. Remember that?
I remember.
And we were just talking about
our dream for the show.
Yeah, I wonder if that could start. I wonder when we're going to be able to start that. And here we are, 86 already.
86 shows. Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
Yeah, this whole thing was just, we talked about it for quite a long time, didn't we? For about a year or so?
Yeah.
And I think I just started the blog, just writing articles, getting the website set up, and spending time and all that.
Yeah. Just kind of didn't really know what this looked like until, a year went by or something. What it actually, was it just going to be a blog? Was it going to be a store? Was it going to be, and who would have thought it would have been a radio program?
I know, isn't that cool?
And now we're 86. It's so cool. I love it.
It's cool because it seems like a niche that's good because we don't have to be experts. You know, we're just people passionate about health and living and just all kinds of information.
Yeah.
And we don't have to meet directly with people and go out and get a 4-year degree because that takes a long time and you have to build a practice.
We're resources.
And I didn't want to be a store either because I don't want to just peddle products to people. I like the products that we sell and I love them and I think they're great, but I don't want that to be the main
driving
all
factor.
We are is just a store.
Yeah.
It's so cool. 86 shows. That's so rad.
I love this.
Imagine in a couple years we'll have, a couple hundred shows and
I know.
a few hundred.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I just love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and easy way for us to interact with you guys. And we have some listener questions, but
we first have fun facts with Kate.
Funfactswithkate.com.
I just made this up. Fun facts with Kate.
Fun facts with Kate.
I'll try to do one every show.
Yeah.
This is fun facts about the health benefits of celery.
What do you got? Okay, celery.
Gotta love celery.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's good for the immune system. There are high amounts of vitamin C in celery that promote a healthy immune system. Did you know that?
High amounts of vitamin C?
Vitamin C.
Really?
In celery.
I thought that was more like lemons and oranges and camu berry.
Celery has it too.
I like that.
This is why it's fun facts.
Fun facts
Little
with
known
Kate.
facts with Kate. It is a diuretic.
Okay, yeah.
It has been used as a diuretic for centuries. You knew this?
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh. Do you know why?
I don't know why.
Its diuretic effect comes from its balance of potassium and sodium, which helps to flush out excess liquids from the body.
Wow.
I know.
We should grow, you were talking about before, we should grow that.
Yeah, there's a picture of this lettuce growing in this beautiful soil on this page, and it makes me want to go out and grow some lettuce.
Okay, what else you got?
Celery.
Celery.
Oh, I can't talk.
Is that the end of the celery, or we got more?
No. Cancer.
All right.
Celery contains, I don't even know how you say this, coumarins. Coumarins. I don't know what that means.
Coumarins?
I don't know.
Okay.
Which have been shown to be effective in prevention of cancer. Inflammation. It is believed to have anti-inflammatory properties, which may help with many ailments attributed to inflammation, such as arthritis.
And being overweight is a form of inflammation as well. Weight gain.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's all inflammation.
Ooh. Yikes. Cholesterol. Okay. It helps by lowering your cholesterol, increasing bile, and it aids in bile secretion, and your blood pressure.
Nice.
I know. It has been shown to lower blood pressure by relaxing the muscles around the arteries, allowing the blood vessels to dilate. The calcium, magnesium, and potassium in celery also help to regulate blood pressure. And you know what? I used celery juice when I was having those issues a couple years ago with the acid reflux. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they put me on some stupid over-the-counter Prilosec or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, eh. And so I started reading about it, and they said that the celery would knock that out. And so I just started doing straight celery juice, I think with one green apple.
Oh, no, you were doing straight. I remember that. I think
I did a couple times straight celery juice.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You kind of get used to anything.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, and the weirdest thing, yesterday I bought a juice on the way to work. A green juice, and I had them add a little bit of beet to it. Mm-hmm. And when I got there, they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. This usual green juice you have, we ran out of spinach to put in it."
Okay. So
I think they ended up putting more beet in it than normal.
Oh, it was really sweet.
I could barely drink it, and it's funny how used to greens you get.
Yeah.
That anything just a little bit sweet becomes like, oh my gosh, it's so sweet I can hardly. So it took me like an hour to drink it, and I usually have a juice within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you want to drink juices fast because of the enzymes.
The enzymes.
Yeah, they die, and the minerals are still there, I think, but the enzymes are dead. Yeah, it's almost like drinking sugar water, isn't it?
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Might as well be having like a soda or something.
You know what you could do is dilute it with water, put half and half. If it's 8 ounces of juice, you could mix it with 8 ounces of water.
Yeah.
And that dilutes it a bit.
That's true. I always forget about that.
It doesn't taste as good, but still, I mean, if it took you that long, you probably didn't like the sweet flavor anyway. So.
Yeah. If I was at home, I would have done that, but at work, it's like I didn't want to throw a bunch of tap water in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or even purified water that I think it's like the oldest purifier known to man. It doesn't even do anything anymore. You
wouldn't want to get your pineal gland all calcified up, would you?
If I told that to my clients, they would be like, what the heck?
What the heck is pineal gland?
Uh-huh.
All right.
And then I would direct them to Fun Facts with Kate.
Love it.
Just kidding.
All right. We have a handful of questions that we're going to get to here. Natalia writes in via Facebook.
Oh, I love her name.
And little bit critical.
Oh.
Of our show.
Really?
No, not too bad.
Oh.
But a little bit.
Okay.
She says, Justin, I love your podcast and listen to it religiously, but in capitals, you have to work on your interviewing skills.
Oh.
I'm not saying this to be mean. I just feel you can get so much more out of the interviews. You really do have some amazing guests on your show, and I have gained so much knowledge from some of them. I just think listeners can get more if you asked specific, relevant to the topic questions. I hope I didn't offend you. It was not my intention, and thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's all
That's
good.
good to know, though.
Yeah, no, it's.
I'm not offended by that.
Yeah, we were just talking yesterday how it's really just amazing, this whole thing coming together for us, and how it's such a wild thing that I have the technical skills, and I can do some of the graphics, and I can do a lot of the things with our website. I can build the whole thing, and I have this passion for helping people and for health, and so I can do all of it. But the one thing that I don't have is a traditional radio background. And obviously that's something that can be learned,
right? And
a skill that I can get better at. But I've never taken a radio class. I've never done anything like this before, and I don't consider myself an
expert in radio.
A great orator, really. Concise and really good communicator. And I used to stutter as a kid. So it's wild that I would be a radio show person. As a kid, I used to stutter. So, it's good. And I totally know what you mean. And I think the reason, Natalia, for a lot of this is, my skill levels aren't as high as I'd like them to be, and I'll get better at it. But the other thing is that it's not that I don't know the specific and relevant questions to the guests. It's more of a question in my mind of technology. And the reason I say that is because we use Skype to do our shows, and it's really weird with Skype. There's tends to be an issue with a delay, and especially with our computer, we need to upgrade our computer systems here. We're waiting for the show to be able to facilitate that, but our connection is really slow, and so there's a big delay, and sometimes the guests will go on big long rants, and it's hard for me to just cut them off and be rude to them, and so it's just really difficult to get that really high quality interview style going. So we'll get better at it. Yeah, we'll get better at it.
No, I appreciate that, though, because I know, I tell you sometimes after these shows, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was all jumbled. I don't know how to communicate. Don't know how to ask questions intelligently. You feel like you're so on the spot, and it's also hard to really get the information that we start out wanting to get. It goes in a complete different direction sometimes, down a rabbit trail that you never really had planned going into it. But that's interesting. I think that's what's cool about wanting these people on again. It leaves you wanting a little bit more, I think, of wanting them back on so you can ask the questions that you feel like only came up after, or you didn't get to, or
exactly.
So that's good feedback. I am thankful for that.
Yeah, and so one of the things we want to do, there's a piece of equipment that's called the JK Audio, and it's a piece of equipment that will allow us to tie in our phone line to the interview itself. So when I'm talking to a guest, it's instantaneous.
I love that.
And sometimes what happens is that, right now, if Kate were to talk at the exact same time I'm talking, I could hear her voice. But if we were doing this interview over Skype, she would be talking and I would be talking, but she wouldn't be able to hear me. And the same thing happens in reverse. And so there's this delicate balance that happens with this show where I tried to not let the guests go on a long rant, but I also want to stick to specific topics. So it's this balance that I have to do because of the technology. So we're going to get a faster computer here pretty soon. We're going to upgrade the internet connection, get a faster connection. I want to get the JK Audio so we can do these interviews and have it be really just really cohesive and really flow really, really well, and where it's really instantaneous. So anyway, I thank you, Natalia, for that, though. It's good to be able to get some feedback. So that's great. Let's see. Deepal Patel writes in via Facebook. She's in reference to, I posted on our Facebook site a link to some of the podcasts we do for shows, or for the pregnancy thing. Oh, cool. And that we watched The Business of Being Born. And she says, yes, my husband actually showed this to me 3 years ago. We were still new on our journey of natural living. We didn't have kids then. Last year, we had our first baby girl at home, no complications, all because of this documentary.
Wow.
Before watching, we had no clue that home birth was an option. And not only that, but why it was so important to birth naturally. That's pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that is a good documentary. I mean, we had spoken with a bunch of people about this throughout the years anyway, so we kind of had a little bit of knowledge going into it. But for people who don't have any knowledge, I mean, and even people who do, I just think you really appreciate and still value that really beautiful film and
it's really
the information
great,
they give. Yeah, it's inspiring.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for writing in and letting us know that. I appreciate that. Then we've got, let's see, Meiling, Meiling.
Nice.
And she says, "Hi, Justin. I discovered your program by accident, and I recently enjoyed. I am really enjoying it and learning loads from it. Whenever someone says loads like that,
You think Australian.
I do. Yeah,
I wonder
think
if she is.
I think she is. I was wondering if you could suggest some good doctors for me. I have a 6 by 6 centimeter tumor in my liver. I knew about it 4 or 5 years ago. I have only had 2 sonograms during the years and have done nothing to it and have not checked it for about 3 years. I hope to work with someone to heal my body and dissolve the tumor naturally. Thank you for your help. Kindly, Mei Ling." Wow. That's so it's interesting. You've had it for 4.5 years. Sorry to hear that. 6 by 6 tumor liver. I would check out a website. I think it's Dr. Sandra Cabot, I think is her name. And she's in Australia. And her website is liverdoctor.com. Write that down.
Did she say whether this is a cancerous tumor or just a tumor?
Just says a tumor. I would imagine if it were cancerous, it would have grown.
Right, exponentially.
But I would look at that website, liverdoctor.com. I would also get Ty Bollinger's book. I refer everybody to this. It's I think the best book on cancer out there. And it's called Cancer Step Outside the Box. And you can get it as a digital copy or you can buy it on Amazon. And I was just referring our friend to it the other day. If you want to, I feel weird saying this because it's not something that it's just odd because we promote that book, but we promote it because we believe in it. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
We have it here and I look at it all the time and I've gone through it and it's really good. So if you want, you can just buy it from their website. I think it's cancertruth.info, I think. But if you want to support us, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/cancer and you can buy the digital version and get it immediately. And I just think the book is so good.
Yeah.
It's so, so good. But I would check out liverdoctor.com first and then check out that. If you want to check out the interview we did with Ty Bollinger, the author of that book, that's extremehealthradio.com/1. It's the very first interview we did. Yeah. Cool.
That is cool.
All right. Let's see. We've got Bree that writes in. "Hi, Justin. Discovered your show on iTunes the other week, and I've listened to a small handful. I love them. You and your wife are very down-to-earth and likable and always share the same views on things as me. I listen to a lot of podcasts, haha, and yours jumped up to my favorites after the first one I heard, your first show with Ty Bollinger." Wow.
No way.
Yeah, that was our first show. I feel like our shows are so horrible back then. We're still we're improving all the time, but wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
I downloaded a heap more last night to start working through. You appear to have covered a lot of areas already, so I'm not sure what I should suggest for a future podcast. Haha. But if I think of something, I will let you know. Keep up the great work. Thanks again from way over here in Australia. That's awesome.
Nice. See that word heaps?
I know, heaps.
Heaps, loads. They say things like that. I love it. I love those Aussies.
We say things like that.
I'm so
we say
wash my mouth out with soap.
With soap. Yeah, that's really cool, isn't it?
Non-toxic soap.
Non-toxic Bragg's or Bronner's soap.
No, that is really cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Bree. Yeah, we have family over in Sydney and love going to Australia. We haven't been there in a few years, but oh man, Manly Beach and all that whole area.
Oh,
love it. Love it.
I love it heaps.
I love it heaps. Okay, let's see. And then Robin writes in, "Hi, Justin. What if a person is undergoing chemotherapy for bowel cancer? They are supposed to avoid fermented foods, so one would assume it is not appropriate to eat fermented foods until they have recovered. It's interesting that there is now research being pursued to show that various strains of E. coli are likely responsible for bowel cancer. Just another bug in the gut, but with one more dangerous potential. Cheers, Robin."
Wow.
Wow. Are you, I'm not sure if you are. What if a person is going through chemotherapy for bowel cancer? As soon as you introduce, in my mind, a therapy that's like Western, just traditional therapy like that, whether it's medication, chemotherapy, anything like that, any drug, as soon as you introduce that, you're almost in their jurisdiction now in terms of what things can be taken with it and what things can be combined and what things you should avoid. When you stick all the way to the natural side, in general, I know there's exceptions to every rule, but in general, when you're on the natural side, you can do lots, you have a lot more freedom because things aren't as highly concentrated. Like chemotherapy, wherever it comes from, it's a highly toxic and concentrated poison, right? So, and as a result of that, it will react aggressively with other drugs or other natural substances because it's so highly concentrated and is such a toxic thing. So as soon as someone goes through that mode of healing, then it's almost like, well, our hands are tied now as far as on the natural side. You really got to work with a naturopathic doctor who understands understands chemotherapy and drugs as well as understands the natural stuff, because a lot of people understand natural things, but they don't understand the medical side and the drug side, and in my opinion, why should they?
Yeah. But
if people want to, I know there's lots of things people can take to increase the effectiveness of chemo that are natural, and a lot of different substances people can take to decrease the side effects of chemotherapy. And I wish I could remember what those were. I can't remember them now, but yeah, so you'd have to work with a naturopathic doctor if you're going to eat fermented foods while you're on chemotherapy. If it were me and I were already doing chemo and I was going down that road, I would research this out and take as many things as you possibly can to come out on the other end healed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's lots of substances. But sorry, Robin, I couldn't be a help with you on that one. I apologize for that. We've got Melinda writes in, have any of your guests or you ever talked about making a baby formula without soy or dairy? We are in the adoption process, and the baby will likely have been exposed to moderate levels of alcohol and or drugs. We are looking for something to boost the brain and body, and I love your show, by the way. Oh, wow. Gosh. You know what? There's a link that I have up from, let's see here, foodrenegade.com. Have you ever heard of this site, Kate?
I don't think I have.
Food Renegade. Yeah, it's an awesome site, and we promote one of their baby products. But, excuse me, this is written by Kristen. I forget what her last name is, but she's got a really huge website, and she has a whole article titled "What to Do When Breastfeeding Isn't an Option." And I know there's La Leche, right?
And milk banks.
Milk banks. Let's see what your question is here. Making a baby formula without soy. Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to use soy, but without dairy. I would look at other breast milk banks, breastfeeding banks.
That seems like the way to go.
A lot of people do like raw goat's milk, but that's dairy,
right?
For the babies. But if you're going to do a baby formula without dairy, maybe they're allergic to dairy. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, because that would be the first thing you'd want to go for, right?
Well, I'm typically thinking, in my opinion, of the baby formulas out there with dairy. They're all non-human dairy, obviously.
Right.
So I think dairy in any form that's not compatible with what we're supposed to be having, I agree. I don't think that any dairy from like an animal is ideal for a baby when they should be having human milk.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, that'd be cool if there was a way to powder, human milk and make a... obviously from decent breast milk and make a baby formula. Right. But yeah, from what I've heard, I think those milk banks in the area, or if you have I know that's crazy, but it sounds crazy if you have a friend who, could pump extra for you or
right.
Any of that stuff, I think ideally is just to get the human milk.
I think so too. And if there's a way for you to find someone that you actually know that could pump extra for you, that would be ideal, because it's all about knowing where the stuff's coming from. And,
right.
you know, if you've got a really sick lady or a sick woman that's not going to be putting out good breast milk, I mean, that's not good.
You know, we need to have somebody on the show.
We should.
About this. Because I don't know how those milk banks work. I mean, I'm sure you could find out looking it around on the internet, but I'm sure with some of them, I don't know if they test the milk or if they're, you know, testing the overall health of the women who provide the milk. I have no idea how that works, but I've seen on Facebook one of my friends posted something about 6 months ago asking if any of her friends could offer her some when she was going through a time when she was producing less. And a lot of people responded to her, and I thought that was really cool. And I thought these are all friends of hers, and that is really comforting when you know where the source of the milk is actually coming from. But I'm sure there's a ton of people that we just don't know that are also super viable sources. But
yeah, I'll put a link to that article, what to do when breastfeeding isn't an option, and that might give you some resources. I know you're adopting, which is awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so you obviously wouldn't have breast milk yourself, so that's why you're asking. But for women, just in case if women are listening to this, Dr. Bob Marshall, I think he was episode 13, I think, if my memory is correct. Or no, he was episode 19 or 18 or something. He was between 1 and 85.
That narrows it down.
No, but he was talking about breast milk and women needing, during pregnancy and after, 1 ounce of water per pound of body weight per day. So if you're a 130-pound woman normally, then you'd want to drink that much, 130 ounces of water per day, along with nutritional yeast flakes. And that produces, I think there's B vitamins in that or something, but that produces tons of breast milk. But I know this doesn't help you, but that was just a little sidebar that I've heard. So yeah, I'm sorry, Melinda, about that. I would just keep looking, and I wish we had some more resources for you. And Betty writes in, how do I download these podcasts? I don't see a download button, and right-clicking gets me some kind of text. I can't sit at the computer and listen, but I can download to iTunes and listen on my iPhone if I can figure out how to do it. Thanks, Betty. You give a link to a category page of our site. We have a page on our website called Download All Shows, I think. And it's under the show. If you go into the show area, there's a single page where you can download every single show that we've done. And what you do is you right-click and click, I think, Save File As. I think a Macintosh works the same as a computer like ours, a Windows computer. But you right-click on the link, and it'll say Save File As, I think. And you can download all the shows directly from one page of our site, and that's a good thing to do. Or you could go onto the actual page itself of the show, like this page, extremehealthradio.com/86. And I think there's a PayPal button, and right above the PayPal button, you'll see a link that says right-click to download. And if you right-click on that link, it will allow you to download the show. But a lot of people do it through iTunes too, so you could do it that way. Hopefully that's helpful.
That's a good question, because I'm not a techie person, and I always seem to have issues with this kind of stuff, so I'm glad you addressed one of those. Yeah,
because I try to make it as easy as possible for people to download. So the best bet would be to go to the download shows page under our show link at the very top of the website, and it's one single page, and it's going to have links to all it actually does now, I need to update it, but it has links to all the shows we've ever done. And you can, on the right hand side of that column, you can just click right, where you can right click and download all the shows right there. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, let's see, Gary writes in, I am both of these and would like to share. Oh, the subject is hypnotherapist/electrician. I am both of these and would like to share with you my ideas about the two being the same thing, and why many of our problems stem from the fact that no one taught us how to talk to ourselves. They spent our entire childhood teaching us how to talk to them. I have been into nutrition since the early 70s when I saw Gloria Swanson and Howard Dufty on the Tomorrow Show talking about his book Sugar Blues. She said, quote, 90% of ice cream has an ingredient that causes blindness. I was hooked. Thanks for the brilliant show and wonderful timing, Gary. Wow.
Whoa.
That's interesting. Hypnotherapist and electrician.
Huh.
Talking that no one taught us how to talk to ourselves. Wow.
Ooh, I want to know more about that.
That's interesting, yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if he's talking about the way that when we talk to ourselves like in our own mind, or if we say things to ourselves like affirmations, how our body electrically changes as a result of talking.
That's what I was thinking initially, but...
Yeah.
Huh.
Because the body does respond on a cellular level when we talk to it.
Huh.
And with all the language we use.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So...
Well, who was that Dr. Kassar that we were talking to about how he tells everyone about his age? That he's like 42 rotations around the sun, or was that him?
No, that was Adam Bergstrom.
Oh, that's Adam. That's right.
Yeah.
Even that with that language, the power of like what you put out there and what you speak.
Yeah.
You know,
it changes things on a cellular level, and they've done studies to prove that, which is
interesting.
Wild. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we talk about it when we pray over our food, or when you put messages on water, like that book by Masaru Emoto, The Messages of Water. When you pray over water or you say negative things to water, the chemical structure changes and the bonds change.
Right.
Crazy.
That just goes into a whole other realm of what negative talk can do and what positive talk can do in your body. And I think that's what he was getting at.
Yeah, that's
interesting.
Yeah, thank you, Gary, for writing in. I appreciate that. That's another rabbit hole we could go down for our entire life, probably.
I hope so.
Actually, we have to run a short break here. We're really going here. So we're going to run a short break. We'll answer a couple more questions, and we'll be right back. So a few years ago, when I was working for this company, it was a really small company, and I had been wanting a Vitamix blender for years and years and years, but they're so expensive, and I just hadn't saved the money at that time to get one. And so as a Christmas bonus, they knew that I loved the Vitamix, so they got me a Vitamix, the 5000 blender. And that thing is so incredible. It was right at the beginning of my raw food journey, and I was using it about 3 times a day, really. Today, I still use it about twice a day to make blended smoothies and things like that. But the Vitamix blender is really, really great. And if you go to extremehealthradio.com/Vitamix, that will redirect you over to there, and then you'll be able to purchase that, and we'll get a commission for your order. And you'll also get free shipping, too. So that'll be great for you if you're interested in saving about $25 on the shipping. And with the Vitamix, you can make sauces and dips and bread. You could make ice cream with it. I've done a lot of ice cream. You can just make the most incredible things. And it's my favorite because it's got a tamper on it. And you can put ice and frozen berries and avocado and some honey and things like that, and with no water at all, and you have that tamper, and you can make the most amazing ice creams with it. So the Vitamix is my favorite blender of choice, and if you're in the market to buy one, I would greatly encourage you to do so if you have the money for it. And if you do it through us, through extremehealthradio.com/Vitamix, I'll get a little commission for it, and you'll get free shipping. So it works out for you and for us too. So if you're in the market, please do it through us. That'd be really cool. And you're going to love this thing when you get it. You're going to fall in love with it. You'll never go back to a regular blender again. So check that out, extremehealthradio.com/Vitamix, and I hope you enjoy it. What does this remind you of?
I feel like Jennifer Aniston is dancing in my head right now with Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, man.
That's so close to the Friends opening, isn't it?
Isn't it?
That's funny. Every time.
Always stuck in second gear.
I know. Always. Oh my gosh, it's been years.
That was like in the mid-90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably. That's wild. It seems like yesterday, though, at the same time.
I know. That was a good show.
That was a good show.
Did I tell you that I saw that in studio?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really cool. Seeing that.
I remember that because you said that the thing that stands out to you the most was how cluttered the stage, or what do you call that, set?
Just the set looked, yeah.
Compared to how it looks on TV.
Oh my gosh, it looks so cluttered. Yeah.
Yeah. When you actually really look at it, though, I've seen reruns. After you've told me that and pay attention, it is a lot of stuff.
It is, huh?
Jammed into a little space.
There's never. I wonder why we're getting off on a tangent here, talking about for the set of Friends. What are we doing? Come on. We got real stuff to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking about Friends.
Let's talk about vitamin D.
Oh. All right. In fact, Jennifer Aniston, she takes vitamin D.
I think everyone does without knowing it.
What do you got?
We have vitamin D, what it is good for, what it is. I'll just read it to you.
Yeah, I like it.
It lowers inflammation. It boosts immune function, reduces risk of cancer, which I find interesting because everybody tells you to stay out of the sun, wear your sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're missing, I think you need a little bit of the sun.
Yes.
In moderation without getting fried in order to get the full benefits of vitamin D.
I hear you.
It reverses depression.
Okay.
Which actually makes sense because, I mean, I don't know, but I had friends that moved up to Seattle after high school, and they would sit in tanning booths. I don't think you're getting vitamin D from that, but just the sun alone reminds you of the feeling of being out in the sun, and vitamin D, and it's super depression. It's capital up there.
Yeah.
And they would do it just to make themselves happy on a blustery, stormy day.
Yeah, they have the highest suicide rate, don't they?
I don't know.
I think
Portland, Seattle, maybe?
Yeah. Everyone that lives up there should be taking vitamin D3 for sure.
Yes. Instead of sitting in boxes frying yourself at a tanning booth.
Yes.
It lowers your blood pressure, optimizes body weight, prevents bone loss. It helps with MS and autism.
Really?
I've never heard that before.
I never heard that.
And that came from cancertruth.net.
Hey, that's Ty Bollinger.
That's right.
Yeah.
We love him.
Love him. He's going to be on the show again.
So check it out.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
Vitamin D3.
When's he on the show again? Do you know?
I think it's June.
Awesome.
Yeah, his busy schedule, but yeah, he was just an awesome guy.
Great.
He's such a good guy.
I love it.
Yeah, vitamin D. I think it's involved in over 3,000 metabolic interactions in the body. Like, it's used for everything.
Golly.
It's amazing, yeah. And, I think we're doing okay because we're exposed to the sun here.
Right.
But that's one of the things that people do is they wear even sunglasses, and what you need is a vitamin D to come in through your eyes because I hear it's also good for cholesterol too because it helps to split the cholesterol molecules, I've heard, and it's good for cholesterol. I'm not sure. I think that's true, but I feel like I've heard that from a guest or someone I listen to. But
we've been trying to wear our sunglasses a lot less, and I think the interesting experiment that we've come to realize is that when you start out without sunglasses from the beginning of the day outside, you're fine. Your eyes adapt to the light, but the minute you wear the sunglasses and try to take them off, it's like looking into the
mouth of God or something.
I was going to say the glory of heaven. Same thing.
Oh, well, yeah, same thing.
The mouth of God.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You are so funny.
The mouth of God.
That's great.
Yeah, but it's, try not to wear sunglasses if you can.
Maybe that's what the sun is.
Could
the mouth
be.
of God.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I highly suggest people trying that as an experiment just for a day. And then you get used to it.
It's one of the ways to rewild. It's funny because, like you said, if I start out the day wearing sunglasses, I can't. I have to go the whole day with them.
Right.
But I haven't worn sunglasses. I can generally do really well. I don't really wear them that much at all anymore.
Yeah, you do good. Better than me, but...
Yeah, if I'm in the sun for a lot of hours, like if we go to the beach or if we go do something, I'll bring them and I'll kind of cycle on and off of them just to get the vitamin D and stuff.
Right.
All right. Rahul writes in, "Hi, Justin. I just came across your work and you're doing a great job helping the Society Awakening people." Wow.
That's cool.
I feel like that's quite a
big thing to live up to.
Yeah, I don't know. That's great.
That's awesome.
I would love to know about the below topics if possible. Fluoridation of water and how to filter it in an economical way. We recommend the Friends of Water company, a water filter. And you can call them up and let them know that I sent you or we sent you, and they'll give you a discount. But it's friendsofwater.com, and they have an excellent water filtration system that I highly recommend. And this is organic versus conventional. Since organic is costly, how do we shop for organic produce smartly? Well, what we do is some things we don't buy organic. We probably should, but like avocados or bananas. There's a list, the Dirty Dozen, and what is it called? The Dirty Dozen, and I forget. I should put that on the show. It's a infographic that tells you about
the ones that you're better off buying organic all the time, and if you can't do everything organic, the ones that are less harmful.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the skin and the peels and things are thicker.
Yeah, exactly.
And I found even a friend of ours gave us a bunch of lemons and oranges, and sure, they're organic, they're from their yard, and we started eating them. I remember that for a while, but then we realized that in our city they were somewhat, quote, requiring people to have their trees sprayed for some, I don't know, crazy mosquito or some bug that was like going to threaten the orange trees.
Come up with a threat and then
scare everybody into
everyone,
hysteria,
so that we can poison them more.
Pretty much. So people
as
were
if the
letting
chemtrails aren't enough.
Well, right.
Sorry.
Falling onto our garden. No, but so I didn't want to waste the lemons and oranges because there's so many of them. I thought this is such a waste. Yeah. So I went to the market, the health food store, and talked to the produce guy about a wash. I think it's called BioClean.
Is it BioClean? The one that
I think it is.
I'll put that
and it's a vegetable and fruit wash to get most of the pesticides, herbicides, all the stuff off. And he said, I mean, if they've been sprayed once, you're better off than the trees that are continually sprayed. The stuff that's in the grocery store that's not organic is just going to have been sprayed their whole life, to get them faster, plumper, last longer, shelf life, all that stuff.
Right.
So I took all those. I put them in a little bath in the sink.
It took you a couple hours, right?
Yeah, because there's so many of them. But remember, we didn't have to buy citrus for months. Yeah, that was awesome. So, but I highly recommend that kind of a thing to take off. The ones that you absolutely can't, or you come across produce that you have to buy because it's affordable, that's not organic, I would wash that. And even the organic produce, everything you have in this BioClean solution or any kind of solution from the health food store that takes off those toxins.
Oh, good call.
You'd feel a lot better about eating them, even if they have a peel, like citrus. And
yeah, I would definitely recommend that.
It takes time, but I think it's worth it.
What's his name? Robert von Sarbacher. There's an article of his. If you go under the blog section of our site, you can go into a section where they're all articles written by him, and he's got an article about how to wash vegetables too.
Oh, cool.
With a different solution, but yeah.
That's cool. Anything like that.
Give
them a little bath.
How to recognize GMO food.
Oh,
golly, I don't even know. I guess you just do a Google search and find out. I know there's lists of foods that are the most highly genetically modified. Like I think tomatoes and corn are highly genetically modified. Soy is one of the worst. But to be honest, I mean, just try to buy organic and try to grow as much as you can your own.
Right. I'm trying to look at something really quick. I feel like one of our friends on Facebook just watched a documentary called, let me see if it's actually.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get to the next question.
Yeah.
If we do not take vaccinations, is there a good place where we can find answers for? Well, I would start by listening to some of the interviews we've done. Dr. Renee Toko and Mary Toko, I think they're episode 4 and 34 of our website. Have good interviews on vaccinations. There's Dr. Sherry Tenpenny. There is lots of vaccination people that have written lots of books. April Renee was on recently talking about vaccinations.
Yeah.
So I would start off by educating yourself like that. And is there a link where we could find doctors, midwives, and doulas, etc., who support no vaccines, natural birth, so that it's easier for me to look up? Gosh, I don't know. A link. I would just do a Google search, right?
Yeah.
I wish I knew a reference for that.
Read that one more time.
Dr. Tenpenny. Guys can't do two things. I'm trying to write, and we can't do two things at once. It's impossible.
But we can cook eggs, feed the dog, and clean all at once while we're... Yeah, I saw
an infographic the other day. Those funny ones that people post where there's those old 50s, colorful things. And it said, "Hey men, do you want to know what it's like to be inside the head of a woman? Imagine your browser with 3,241 tabs open all the time." That's what it's like to be a woman.
That's good stuff.
Pretty funny.
I love that. That is awesome. And it's true. You guys are lucky you have 2 tabs.
Yeah, 2 tabs.
You have to close one to focus on the other.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know about that question. So if any of you guys have references for that, websites for midwives, doulas who support no vaccines, we just saw the Business Being Born. I know there's the businessbeingborn.com. I've never been to it yet, but
that, and I Googled, I was just curious for our future with our birth process when we choose to have children, but I found a birthing center. There's a couple in our area that have all the doulas, and they give you a background on them, the midwives, all that. I would feel perfectly comfortable if you could find one in your area, call up there and ask that question. Because that's the first resource I would go to personally. I would call up one of these places.
Right.
And then go from there. I'm sure they could refer you on to.
Yeah, that would be a good...
and I found the GMO question.
Oh, cool. What is it?
It's a documentary called GMO OMG.
Oh, yeah.
And you can go to gmofilm.com.
GMO film.
And then there's a link to the trailer for the film, how to contact them, and you can probably find out a lot of stuff from that about the GMO foods. So.
Wonder if it's on Netflix.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
We're going to find out.
Okay, last question, then we got to take off here. It's getting to be that time. Very last one, Catherine writes in, Hi, Justin. I've been excited to find coconut sugar. It tastes great and is lower glycemic sugar for my kids. However, this article, and it's a link to tropicaltraditions.com, is interesting about the lack of sustainability for coconut sugar. Always something new to learn. Keep up the great interviews. Wow, I haven't even had a chance to look at that article, but about the lack of sustainability for coconut sugar. We don't buy coconut sugar, do we?
I have not. It's in a couple blends I've used for baking with gluten-free flours over the...
I wonder how do they make that by drying the coconut water? I guess that's how they would do it, wouldn't they?
I wonder if it's an evaporation thing or if it goes bad. I don't know about that.
I'm going to look at that. Coconut.
Interesting.
Tropicaltraditions.com. I'm going to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, there's so much to get to. And time is up.
I have a quote.
Uh-oh.
Can't end without a quote.
Okay, what do you got?
Wow. This is from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. I don't know who she is, but the quote is awesome. It said, "It is only when we truly know and understand that we have a limited time on Earth and that we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we had."
Wow. I like it.
Yeah.
Can you read that again?
Sure. "It is only when we truly know and understand that we have a limited time on Earth and that we have no way of knowing when our time is up, that we will begin to live each day to the fullest, as if it were the only one we had." It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like to live that way a lot of the time as much as I can.
Me too.
Because anytime someone leaves, right? Like if they leave you may never see them again. You have no guarantees, right?
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Well, and treating everyone like that, not to be morbid or anything, but it would make, our daily existence a more positive thing, and
I know.
The world would be a better place if everybody treated each other like that might be the last time we were to see them. But yeah, I think we would treat life differently. We would take more risks, and we would love more. And I just think. Yeah,
I think that's a really good quote. I like it. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
And let's see, what else do we got? I think that's about it for today's show. We've got a lot more to get to, but we're going to have to save it for another episode.
That's right. Hasta mañana.
If you'd like to support us, you can do so at extremehealthradio.com/store, and you can check out all of our great products. Lots of great stuff on there. I won't get into all of them. We get into all of them all the time. And
you know what they are.
Yeah. So check out our store, and then if you'd like to donate, a lot of people have been donating lately, and thank you so much for that. It's really, it's one of our main ways for us to be able to support our show and keep it free for everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for those who have donated. You can donate as little as $1 or as much as you like. It either way. If you like what we're doing, please consider doing that. We don't want to charge at all for any of this stuff, and want to make sure that it's free for everyone so that people can listen to their heart's content and just go through and learn as much as they can. So consider donating. We need your help really, really bad. So, but if you can't donate, I know today's economy is kind of not kind
sketchy.
of. It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little tough. So if you can't donate, it would be really great if you could follow us on Facebook and then click like on every show page that we do if you do like them, and share our show with your friends and on Facebook, and pass it on via email to those that you care about. We're just relying on you guys so much to help grow, because we don't have an advertising budget, and we're not doing all kinds of things that lots of big websites are doing. We're just relying on our listeners. So if you could support us that way, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
And there's the mailing list too. If you'd like to join our mailing list, we've got lots of great content coming out of there about once a week. I don't want to bombard anybody, but we just talk about different topics and show related stuff and all that kind of stuff. So consider going to extremehealthradio.com/subscribe, and you can sign up that way. And what else? There's the Amazon thing. If you want to buy again from Amazon, extremehealthradio.com/Amazon.
For anything.
Yeah, you can buy anything you'd like.
Buy socks.
Buy a pair of socks.
Buy some earplugs.
Yeah, buy an earplug. Just buy one.
An ear. Because that would help.
Yeah, just buy one.
Just buy one ear. Well, that would make sense if you slept, everybody sleeps usually on one side of their head.
Yeah. Every time they flip over during the night, they
switch it out.
They just switch it out.
Convenient.
No, but I want to thank you so much for listening and being a part of what we're doing. And it's just so awesome to help you guys. And if you need our help in any way, just email Kate at extremehealthradio.com or Justin at extremehealthradio.com. And we'd love to help you out in any way we possibly can.
And I got my first 2 emails this week.
You did? That's right.
My new address. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Feel free to send me an email.